Hey guys, I'm super psyched to announce I got my first sponsor, Santa Cruz Skateboards. It's such a freaking dream. I can't believe I finally got sponsored by a skateboard company, even though it's not for my skating, it's for my speaking. But I've been a skater since 1982 and I was 12 years old. I'm so honored. This company was based on punk rock and art. I actually found them in 1983. The Jim Phillips Screaming Hand and the Jeff Kendall board, which I actually posted a picture of me skating the original model on my Instagram recently. And I actually think there's a reissue of it right now. So many amazing designs from the 80s. This company stepped up. They gave me my 20% off code. My code is NHSToby. Go to nhsfunfactory.com. USA citizens only. One per customer. Santa Cruz products only. And you can't combine this offer with others. It expires on March 10th at 12 midnight. Santa Cruz Skateboards, thank you so much. This is such a dream for me to come true. I finally got sponsored by you, by a company I looked up to and admired since a child. I really appreciate your support, and I look forward to working with you moving forward. Thank you, everybody, for listening. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. I have a special guest today. I'm not at my house in my kitchen. I'm actually at a studio. He's not only one of my closest friends, he's also one of my favorite songwriters, a true musician, a true artist in all sense of that word. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my podcast, Mr. Tim Armstrong.
Man.
He's got a guitar, too.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
It is good to be here.
Thanks for being here, Tim. I'm
yeah.
excited. I'm we're doing like an interview with H2O, and it's turned into like a part 1, 2, and 3, and you are a big part of H2O's history, not only as helping us get signed, but also just as a friend. Especially me and you were super close.
Yeah. We connected immediately, our energies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out the first time we met you, and I know we discussed this before on your radio show, but to the listeners here, if I haven't yet, I'm pretty sure we met in City Gardens at the Sick of It All show, and I think that was 94. I'm not sure which record you guys were touring on or Sick of It All was, but I'm pretty sure that's the first time we met.
Yeah.
City Gardens.
That's the first time we met, but I'd heard about you, you know.
Okay.
Through the
me personally as a roadie, or just
I heard like Sick of It All's roadies and all that.
Okay.
And then, but it was interesting when you guys were like you guys were all together in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, this is a kind of that's the first time we kind of met you, and obviously there was a stigmatism about, I think, New York bands, you know, and maybe there was a California bands too, but like New York had this like whole, I don't know, it was a kind of a stigma. But for you guys, you knew we hadn't really met yet. You know what I mean? I think that was that day. Yeah. I think you guys did a couple shows with Sick of It All with you that weekend or something, right? Was that the first album Rancid tour, or was it Let's Go?
That was self-titled, and let me look at you. Hold on. Yeah, it was our first tour, and I'd been writing Sick of It All letters.
Okay.
And I was a fan of all the East Coast hardcore.
That's what I was going to ask. Like,
yeah.
Where did that? Yeah, so you're just a fan of New York hardcore before you get to meet anybody. So yeah, how'd you find out about that scene?
Well, I was in the New York hardcore from the as early as like Agnostic Front.
Okay.
And then I was following out all those bands, and then of course the Cro-Mags, and then Revelation was making all those great records.
Yes.
And,
classics.
I bought all those records. I love those records, and Sick of It All, Alleyway Crew.
Yeah.
That's a bad record.
Yes.
But then we ended up
Had you been to New York before that, Tim?
Can I get a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Tim's going to get coffee real quick.
All right, stand by.
Stand by. I'll keep talking, though, if you want.
Yeah, let me make a cup of coffee.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool.
All right, I'll pause it. Yeah, we're back from the coffee right now. Get afternoon black coffee, which I don't drink. If I do drink coffee, I get super jittery. I have to go to the bathroom really fast, and then I actually take a nap after. It makes me really fucking, I don't know. Some people just drink it like Rusty drinks like, I don't know, 4 to 5 cups a day. He's a big. How many coffees do you have a day?
Well, I have 3 cups a day, but each cup has 4 shots of espresso.
Wow.
So we're talking about 3 strong cups.
Yeah.
But I pace myself, man. I drink. You can't drink like that all day long.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that and they go to sleep at night. Is it hard to fall asleep?
I have one in the morning.
Okay.
then one in the afternoon, and then one like late afternoon.
Okay. But it doesn't affect like when it's time to go to be like all you're used to it now. Obviously,
Yeah.
your body's used to it.
Nah, and I sleep like a baby. But the thing is, you gotta drink a lot of water.
Oh yeah, stay hydrated.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, because it's a diet. It's a diuretic. Is that what it's called?
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. I thought you were a doctor.
Um,
Let's get back to what we're talking about. So we went to City Gardens. It's Sick of It All Rancid show. It's the first time we met you guys. You had already been listening to the hardcore stuff in Revelation, all the Revelation 7 inches, which are fucking amazing. And like from afar, actually getting into this music before you met anybody from the actual bands, correct?
mm-hmm.
And so that was your first time meeting. And that was like,
And we weren't really sure how it was gonna go.
yeah,
It was 1993,
yeah,
and we're East Bay, and we're playing with the great Sick of It All in New Jersey.
yeah. City Gardens was ill.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a great place.
Yeah.
And but once we met you guys, man, it was like
Instant
friendship and family.
Yeah.
And we've all been inseparable since. You know.
Yeah.
You and I especially connected.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because, yeah. So we met you at that show, and then after that, it seems like we're always seeing you guys in New York. Like the Wetlands was another place where
Well, I saw your first performance.
yeah. So at the Vale Rancid show at the Wetlands, Rancid was so kind to let me, Tim Shaw from Ensign, Armand and Pete come on stage in front of their crowd and play the song called "My Love Is Real," which is
Well, it was first of all, it was fantastic.
thank you.
And but it was one lyric, right?
Yeah, just over and over
It was
again.
"My love is real,"
Pretty much.
and then you reiterated, "My love is real,"
I try to tell myself when I was yeah, pretty
and then
much.
"My love is real." But
Wasn't the best lyricist.
no. I mean, you know, you still had to grow a little bit.
100%.
You weren't Walt Whitman out the gate,
No,
but you know what?
still ain't. But still.
You're very talented.
Thank you.
Lyricist. First of all, it was super. I mean, come on, you were so charismatic, you little guy. Like everyone
you.
loved it. Everyone loved it,
Yeah.
and we were all like, "Yo, this shit happened for real."
You guys are back in it, man.
Hell yeah. How could we not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Toby.
Thank you. So that was.
And honestly, you were saying like everyone was fucking like they didn't like people maybe weren't maybe moving, but they had the eyes on you. They couldn't. You know what I mean? Like you had the audience's
attention.
They were captivated.
Yeah. So we're on stage with this crowd, and it's like a rancid Avail show. Shout out to Avail, great band. And I come on stage with the song "Come Love Is Real," where I'm completely screaming. I get a nosebleed, and I'm just repeating this song and like moshing around. I think Lars might have dived onto Tim's shower because there's a picture I'll show you guys later of him on top of Tim on the floor, and we just played this one song. And like it was just.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Were you nervous before it started?
Kind of. You know, I've always been the guy that likes to do wild shit in front of people, so I guess I wasn't. I was a little nervous because before I had done it with like Sick of It All on their stage, or like I think a Biohazard show, but not at a Rancid show. And I was a little bit nervous, and we did it, and it was really fun. And I was like, "This is awesome! I want to do this." And what's funny about that show is that you can hear that song at the end of our first album that Lars is like, "H2O, brand new record coming on Epitaph," like just joking.
Yeah.
Like you almost foresaw the future of what was going to happen, and that's pretty awesome to have that actually recorded and some photos of it.
Yeah.
So from then. From
Did
then
you
on,
know when you did that, were you like, man, I could do this? Like, what was going on through your head?
Through my head, I was like, this is awesome. I'm actually I want to do something, actually, maybe sing about some real things and not just ex-girlfriend that broke my heart. But I was like, yeah, I love this. I love being on stage. This is awesome.
Yeah.
That was like the first real audience I kind of played to.
Can I ask about those lyrics real quick?
Sure.
Okay. So my love, no, for real. My love is real.
Yeah.
So what you were. Was it
I've never broke this song down before.
Was it was it an inner monologue, or were you actually communicating? You know what I mean?
It's about an ex-girlfriend who cheated on me and broke my heart, and the song's called "I Try to Tell Myself I Know My Love Is Real," but then she went away. I don't even remember the lyrics, but it's basically saying that I had all this love for you, and you shit on me and you cheated on me, you broke my heart, basically.
But initially, it was just those words, right?
Yeah, it's pretty repetitive.
And
it's pretty bad, actually, thinking about it now, as far as just the same thing over and over again. But it would build up really hard, and I get super excited. My love is real. You know, and it break down. My love is real. It gets super high. I don't know what the fuck that song came from. I think Pete wrote it, actually. I just don't know where it came from. And it just ended up being nothing the sound of my band. It sounded nothing like H2O, because then we put our 7-inch out. We had like a pop song on there. And with people like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what went from that to like, the actual sound of H2O, because we really had no direction. It was just a joke at that point, you know?
Yeah.
I was just a roadie guy. Like, here's a goofy roadie guy that's going to come sing this song. His nose might bleed, and he might shit his pants.
But look who you had Armand and Pete.
Sick.
Come on. So that was start there.
Yeah.
And
he's like played bass too a couple times.
And I thought it was like, don't laugh, but I was like, man, this might be like kind of like some bad brain shit.
Wow.
The first thing I thought.
That's awesome. Yeah, I guess the music was
a little bit.
Yeah, because it wasn't like super fast.
It's like a slower Bad Brain song.
Dun, 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 yeah. Fuck, this is the first time I've ever talked about the song, and I'm psyched we're talking about it. Yeah, I mean.
There were more. I only remember just My Love Is Real lyrics. You had other lyrics?
In there, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because when she went away, I told myself my love was real. I don't even remember the lyric. I honestly kind of blacked out when I did that song because I went so crazy and I didn't sing the right way. So my face was red, my veins were popping, my nose was bleeding. It was really dangerous, actually, that song, because I go so intense. I would go so intense on it. I don't know. Anyway, So
now you know, like we're talking, you know, 20 something years down the road. Have you kind of honed in that energy, or can you still tap into that My Love Is Real energy? You know what I mean?
I can tap into that energy without losing my voice, without getting winded, with actually trying to keep a note. In our other songs, I have that same energy. But that I've never played that song for 20 years.
Right.
You know, because I think I tried to do it, and we actually had more than one song, and I think I probably blew my voice at the beginning because it was super intense.
But let me ask you, so that was seriously your first time you'd performed on stage?
What, with you guys?
Yeah.
In the real crowd? Yes, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a natural.
Thank you, man.
No, for real.
Um,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that was fuck. I got to see that. That's cool.
it's a
I'm
moment in
stoked about
history.
that.
Yeah, right.
That's cool.
Well, thank you for the opportunity too, because to just put us on stage in front of a crowd waiting to see you guys was. We pretty much opened up for you guys one song. So I think it was After a Veil.
Yeah.
The crowd was like, what the fuck is this? And then shit, if some kids were at that show and liked us and followed us after that, thank you. And if some kids didn't, I understand why.
But the reason why I love it so much, that performance, and it is it represented like how we were with each other. You know what I mean? Like, we're just having fun. About Rancid's headlining, I guess, but we don't give. You know, our friends are gonna jump on stage before us. Like, there's a sense of funness, you know.
Yeah.
With us, and we just goof around all the time.
Yeah, I love that too. And I love the fact that like you guys weren't worried about shit. I wonder if these guys are gonna like it or not. You're like, yo, this is our boy, and we're gonna let him go out there and do his thing, and we enjoy it, and hopefully they enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. I appreciate that. So that's a big moment. So I appreciate that. And
because people forget, like, you gotta have fun on the road. You know, like, we always have fun, and you guys
not take yourself so seriously.
Yeah, like the first time I met you guys were goofing around.
Totally.
Like, you all running around, right? Like,
doing crazy.
like,
yeah.
And you guys are crazy. And,
yeah.
And we're all, you know, Lars is so fucking funny, you know.
Totally.
So Lars is like a comedian. So Rance is always laughing. Like,
yeah.
We're and then when we're making records with Brett Gurewitz, both those guys are telling jokes.
Yeah.
Like, they go, Brett will tell a joke, and then Lars will tell another joke. And then Brett will tell a joke.
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah, they go. And I think that's important, man, to, like, you know, to get, you know, put work in and be serious about your art. But
you can be professional, but
have fun.
Yeah, and like, I think taking yourself too seriously is kind of boring too, and I think you lose, like you said, the fun of it, because we're supposed to be doing this for fun.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But you don't want to lose that sense of joy, you know.
Yeah, and I think also, I think if you're not, I can tell the bands that are not having fun and are just going through the motions, or they're like too serious or too business or whatever, and you can feel that. Like, the crowd can feel that, and the fans can feel that when they're not just having fun, they're just doing it for whatever reasons they're doing it for. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
I don't want to play when it's not fun, and I don't want to do it when it feels like a job. No. Obviously, it's great to make a living off what you do and what you love. That's amazing. That's a blessing. But
and to get to play music with your brothers,
your best friends,
and your best friends. I mean, when I'm up there with Rancid, it's like, that's the safest place on the planet Earth for me. There ain't no problems up there. I got Matt Freeman over here. I got Lars over there. You know, and Brandon, and like,
you got your brothers.
And my brothers, it's like, and people are like, yo, punk rock stage is the safest place on the planet. I'm like, yeah, for me it is.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
like, and it's always been that way, you know, with Rancid, you know.
Yeah, and I love, like, the like you did for us, the bootstraps theory, where you always look out for the younger bands and bring them along for the ride, and we'll get to that point was when you did that for us, and a lot of bands is like, look out for the underdogs and the other bands coming up, and I love that. You know what I mean? Like, more bands should do that. There's so many bands that just only focus on their shit and getting how far they need to go without fuck everybody else. But you guys were never like that. So I'm gonna fast forward after that. So after that, obviously we became friends. It was back and forth. Was sick of it all as a roadie to the West Coast, seeing you guys, and back and forth. And I hadn't really started my band yet. And then we made this 4-song demo that Walter Schreifels produced, actually, at Don Fury Studio. And we had this demo that was out. And then you guys had been really supporting the H2O with me. And
that was a great demo.
Thank you.
I loved it.
So we had a 4-song demo out. And it's funny, Rusty brought this up. And thinking about it now, it's crazy because you guys invited us to the studios, Electric Lady Studio on 8th Street. You guys were recording Out Come the Wolves with Brett Gurewitz. Not knowing that was going to be one of the greatest records fucking ever. My favorite record, and what it was going to do for the history of music. Not even kissing your ass, speaking the fucking facts. And you guys invited us there to play some songs for Brett. And if you think about it now, Rusty's like, why the fuck? And Rusty said it to Brett, like, why the fuck would you even give us a second to even listen to our demo? You're making fucking Out Come the Wolves. But you guys even know what record you guys even know what you guys are making at that point. You're making another Rancid record, which turned out to be Out Come the Wolves. You know what I mean?
But yeah, thank you, brother. But by that time, you were our brothers, man. Like, we loved you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate
like, it was like, My Love Is Real could have been about us. Like, we would loved you, man.
Yeah.
We do, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were like, whatever, we can do for our brothers that we care about.
So,
and we had your back, you had our back. Like, I felt like we were it was like a family, you know.
Yeah, it's a family.
It is still.
It is. But it's like, so going, but Rusty's like, thinking about it now, it's like, we fucking walked in there like, hey guys, here, Rancid invited us. They're making Out Come the Wolves, which is Out Come the Wolves that people know today. And like, here, check out the demo, dude. We got 4 songs. And Rusty said, like, he even told Brett, he's like, you know, you listen to the songs he liked, Brett said kind of like, basically in his own words, you need to make some more songs, you know, like, work on your craft a little bit more,
right.
you know? And we appreciated that, actually, like, honest opinion, and you know, and we went and did it. We did our first album, and that was on Blackout Records, and that record.
Yeah, that's a good record. But I love how Brett Gurewitz is. How he's so honest.
Yeah, me too.
He's very kind.
Yeah,
he's so goddamn smart.
Yeah,
but he'll kick it to you. He'll keep it. He keeps it real.
Keep it 100. Yeah,
he does.
And so
and that's why he's produced like every record, you know, for us. We love that about him.
Genius. And so he gave us that. He listened to the songs. He gave us an honest opinion, and we went back. We're like, cool, and we did our thing. And then our first album came out, and you know, once again, Rancid got. I think it was you. You got that. You got the album to him, and we went back to him like, okay, we're ready. And then that's when we signed the deal with him. And so, I mean, from Wetlands to our demo to our 7-inch to that record, you guys always had our back. And you know, I want to thank you. And you are the reason. You guys are the reasons that, you know, Brett Gurewitz even signed. We're the first New York hardcore East Coast band ever to sign Epitaph.
Yeah.
And that's
that's really cool.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing.
But in our eyes, we were like, yo, they're like, Toby's the real deal, man. That's like a real New York hardcore kid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You were like, bud. It was your life.
It is my life. Yeah, it was my life. Yeah.
And it was not like, so like, I was always pitching that about you, you know.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys believing in us, and
you love punk rock and hardcore as much as we love punk rock and hardcore.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the main connection we had always.
100%.
That we were like all about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were all in. You know, Toby?
100%. And I don't think that many people really know how does Rancid know Sick of It All back then? How do you guys connect with the New York hardcore scene? But you said it, like you were like buying those Revelation 7-inches, and you're a fan of actually music, and you support music, so you listen to all like different types of it, hardcore and punk.
Oh,
you
hell
know?
yeah. And I mean, it wasn't our style of punk rock. It was their style. And but I loved it, and it was, I mean, there's so many great bands on Revelation, and New York hardcore in general.
Yeah,
is one of the greatest musical genres of all time.
Thank you, man. And I think that's the first. I think that's like the first like West Coast and East Coast connection, really, that really kind of set the tone for, you know, the West Coast and East Coast bands kind of playing together. You know what I mean? If you think about it, because it was the Bouncing Souls too on the East Coast, they always played together. They were Epitaph. Like that was like the connection right there. Was a Rancid Sick of It All thing. I really do think so. The first thing, you know, and then fast forward to Out Come the Wolves comes out, and I think we started doing some shows with you guys there. I have a bunch of ticket stubs, but you guys started putting us on some shows back then. Mm-hmm. And then the Time Bomb video, which everybody knows. If you don't know, I'm the guy in the Time Bomb video, but I don't have the outfit on, the black. I don't have any of that stuff on me. I'm just me. Yeah. And I came to the video shoot. It's also funny too, and I'm gonna kick real reality. We can cut out if you want. I'll kick real reality. But that video shoot was right by ABC Rio, and these punk rockers were trying to protest it. But when they got invited to be in the video, they got in the video. So we can take that. I just want to kick that factual. They were trying to protest, but then when they got invited to be, they were, oh yeah, I'll be in the video. But 2 seconds later, they were against it. It's just funny how those kids are. But anyway.
Another thing.
That's pretty factual, right,
that's
Tim?
That's factual. and Isaac had beef with a graffiti kid that was in there. And,
that's right.
They came up to me and they said, "Can your friend not kill this extra?"
Oh, that's right. There was
I was like, I walk out. By then he was already my brother. Like, oh, you guys are my brothers already. So I was like, man, what's going on, bro? Like, I'm trying to do a music video, bro. Like, I ain't trying to let's just get through this video.
Yeah.
And what you gotta do. But like,
so he was probably hired by like the production or something to be.
And he was cool. He said, yeah, got you. I go, yeah, don't homie, like we just like I ain't trying to get in like some shit right now. Let's just try to do this video right now and get through it. He was cool. I
know
nothing about any of that beef or drama.
Dude, I was never But the graffiti guy must have been hired by somebody like.
But he listened to me, man. He's he was cool.
Well, that was a super amazing day where we just came to support our friends shooting a video. And oh shit! All of a sudden they put me as the main dude in there. I was like, holy! It was an amazing day. So many different friends were in that video. I was honored to be in there. It was so cool. You guys did that.
I mean, you know, we'd played ABC No Rio like
Yeah.
a year before, and,
Yeah.
and on the same label.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, we're doing our thing.
I know.
And-
I never, and I talked about this to Brett. Like, I never understood that. Like, for me, if I had a band that I love and they became successful and got to a more audience, I'd be so happy for them.
Yeah.
I never understood
Yeah,
that.
I'm the
Like,
same too, but
I understand that. It
I
always bothered me, dude.
it
The whole
was a confusing
shit.
time because everyone was, you know, punk rock is so important to everybody, and everyone has their own relationship with it. So,
But they
you
kind of
know,
want it to be like, I just want the band to play to me and my 5 friends in the basement.
yeah.
I don't want other people to like them. I
Yeah,
found
yeah.
them first. But
I
that's-
mean, yeah, and you know, we're just doing what we've been doing for like a long
you
time.
guys have always been the same people.
I know, but
This- you know what I mean?
and by
Like,
the time, you know, we've been doing this since the '80s and it's
Yeah.
like mid-'90s, and you know, but
I mean, Operation Ivy started in '89, right?
'87
'87. Okay.
we broke
so
up in
you've-
'89.
Okay, broke up. So you've
Started
been.
in '87, ended in '89.
Oh shit, that's right. That's right. I heard
You
that.
got
before.
garage where they have a plain time.
I know that line. I'm like such an idiot. Oh shit, I know the line. Okay, sorry,
It's
bro.
all good.
But I never understood that. Like, but it's funny. Like, I don't know. I just never understood it. All that stuff bothered me. Like back then, all those whatever label you on or whatever. They didn't. It was all about that, not your music and your message and you as a person.
Yeah.
And like, fuck, man. If anybody can do what they love and play music that's real that they live by,
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with that? I support that. I don't understand how people are so like. Anyway, enough of those people. Anyway, so the Time Bomb video was amazing. Got to be in there. It was fucking awesome. And then after that, one of the stories I want to bring up that was pretty amazing is that and the world probably knows about it. But I remember opening up for Rancid at the Roseland, and I have a Madonna tattoo on my arm. And I remember opening up, and then my wife looking at me on the stage, like pointing, and she was pointing that Madonna was sitting there and because she came to see you guys. That was like a crazy fucking deal. It was an amazing time. And then meeting her backstage after that, just like it's like your band was doing so well and so loved, and every single person came around trying to fucking get a piece. But you guys obviously stay with Brett Gerwitz, your boy, and that's so much. That shows you right there what kind of people you are as a real family and friends. You know what I mean? Like that was amazing, dude. That was a crazy time for you guys.
It was crazy, yeah. But Brett, you know, I always look at Brett like as like punk rock #1. Like,
Yeah.
he's been doing it longer than us.
Oh, gee, man.
Yeah, and he makes the best sounding records.
Yeah.
And he loves us.
Yeah.
Like he has Rancid tattooed on his arm.
I know, man,
So
I know.
like, and we love him, and he's one dude that we all listen to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because Rancid's a lot.
There's a lot of respect there.
A lot of respect. You know, we're talking big personalities, right? Lars Fredriksson, Matt Freeman.
Yeah.
But we all listen to Brett. You know, and we take him serious, and he could be straight with us too. Like, you know. But it's such a fun. I love recording with Brett so much. Whenever Rancid gets together, we made 9 records now with Brett.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
And when we get together, it's like it's like a celebration. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
real, like almost like a getaway or like a vacation where we all get together and we all look forward to it. It's like a family reunion.
Yeah.
You know, with these guys. You know.
But it says a lot about him as a person and you guys as people also that you never that you stay with him the whole time through all that crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Madonna sending pictures. It's just all that shit, man. Just
Yeah.
fucking get
And
schmoozed by
she's
everybody.
super cool, and a lot of great
Yeah.
people loved us. But Brett was like, he's our guy. Like, we got a producer, you know, and it's a classic artist-producer relationship that's lasted 25 years.
And don't fix what ain't broke too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So like,
And I'm honored to have him producing us. You know?
yeah,
And it's it's such a comfortable thing. Like, you know, I get in there, I'll sing the vocal 3 times, begin top to, you know, I'll do the whole track 3 times.
yeah.
And I go outside and go get a Coke or whatever, and he comps it. He'll pick one of my vocals and maybe fly in a couple words here and there, but that's it. And that's it.
Damn, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's how we do it. It's
So-
so good.
Wow.
And I trust him.
Yeah.
Like I'll just sing it 3 times. Maybe he'll come in after he comps and goes, try one more, and I'll try one more, and I go on and leave. I just let him deal with all that.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of trust in him for sure.
I trust him.
And he knows like he knows you and he knows the sound of Rancid. You know what I mean? He knows you guys so well inside and out. So what was
And I love all our records we've made with him.
Yeah.
You know?
So your first couple records though, how long did those do you remember how long it took to record
Well,
the
first one.
album?
Can I tell you about the first one real quick?
Yeah, please.
The first we were in Operation Ivy, East Bay band, East Bay guys, right?
Yes.
And Lars was South Bay, but he was on the first record. So
Yeah.
we get signed to Epitaph, and I'm on Telegraph Avenue, and a friend of mine was like, "Yo, they're talking about you guys signing to Epitaph on the computer."
The computer back then. That's
and I'm
crazy.
like, "What?" And this is like Cal Berkeley had like a computer room.
Oh shit!
So
So
and I
never
been to Cal. I mean, I was hanging out on Telegraph as I did every day forever.
Yeah.
And I go in, I read it, and it says like, Rancid is selling out the East Bay to sign a big Epitaph Records, which I loved Epitaph Records, and I love Revelation. I loved Epitaph too.
Yeah.
I love Bad Religion and Pennywise.
Yeah.
And all that
Family,
whole sound. And we were the first band to sign on Epitaph that was in L.A. By the way, you were the first East Coast band. Rancid was the first band that wasn't an L.A. band to sign on Epitaph.
I didn't know.
So
I didn't know
we
that.
have our own little milestone.
Wow.
So
I
I
know
read
that.
this
Facts,
thing,
people.
and I tell my friend like, "Yo, who wrote this?" And she's like, "No, I don't know who wrote it." I go, "What do you mean?" I'm gonna step to him. I'm like, "What the fuck you gonna say about me? We haven't even made the record yet." And they're saying it sounds like Bad Religion. New Rancid record sounds like Bad Religion.
And have you made it yet?
And we even made the record, and they're talking about it. It's like, and I didn't even know what the internet was.
That's OG trolls.
OG trolls. And I'm like, "Well, who?" I go, "What's the name?" Like, she's like, "I don't know the name. You don't know?" I go, "What do you mean? Where do they live?" She goes, "I don't know."
Because internet.
It blew my mind.
Yeah, faceless fucking.
Like this is in like 92, early 93 before we made the record.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck this shit. So the first record, Brett produced it, but I didn't want his name on it.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he did.
Oh shit.
I was like,
why? Because you were kind of bummed at the whole way?
I was so like, and I made like.
Left a bad taste in your mouth. Maybe
I don't know. I was listening to the last time I ever listened to the Trolls.
Okay.
On the internet. Seriously. I was probably
believe
thinking,
you.
I'm back in my head, I'm like, yeah, you know me?
Because
Like,
you're off the grid. I believe you.
I don't give a fuck.
I love that.
Like, I love my.
I respect that. I'm envious of that, actually.
Thank
I like
you,
do
brother.
that.
So I was like, yo, maybe we just do it ourselves. And Brett was like, well, I can do it. And we use West Beach Studios, which is his setup, his studio.
Yeah, it's a good
Donald
spot.
Cameron engineered it, his engineer. So it was a Brett Gurewitz production record. Him and Jay Bentley sang on it. Like, it was a Rancid Brett Gurewitz collaboration without his name technically on it. And then Out Come the Wolves was the only other record that his name wasn't on it.
It wasn't?
Because it was Jerry Finn, but he did all the vocals.
Right,
we ran out of time. We don't.
I just realized because I said we went to Electric Lady and you were doing Out Come the Wolves. Interesting.
We ran out of time with Jerry, and he went on to the Jawbreaker record, and Jerry was talented and great. And that was Jerry's first production, by the way. Jerry Finn's first band he produced was Rancid.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that either.
Yeah, he mixed the Green Day record.
So Brett did the first one and Let's Go.
Brett did Let's Go, and he did all the vocals for Out Come the Wolves.
Okay.
So we took the tapes to New York with no vocals done.
Wow. Okay.
We zero vocals, and we have Andy Wallace booked to mix.
Andy Wallace.
So we're like recording vocals Electric Ladyland and turning them in the next day to be mixed. I mean, we were under the gun.
Holy
So
shit!
you guys were hanging out with us.
Yeah.
It was.
So that's another. You guys are under all that stress, and you invited us to the studio. That's fucking awesome. Holy shit!
Yeah, but
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and Brett did the. He's and we
Wow.
Yeah, and we'd done like Let's Go in 4 days. So
I was gonna ask you that.
Jerry Finn was like, a month at Fantasy will be enough for Rancid, but it just took longer than we expected.
So more than a month.
Jerry Finn was very meticulous with the bass and the drums.
Okay.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So kind of like, Out Come the Wolves really has two producers. It has a Jerry Finn production, which is the classic Jerry Finn production.
Okay.
Super strong, super tight, and then Brett Gurewitz did the vocals.
Wow.
So
That's
it's kind of like the dream
interesting,
team, production team. But Brett didn't get production credit, but he completely produced all the vocals for sure.
Wow.
And sang on them.
Yeah, that's some
because
facts
him and
right there. I
Lars
didn't
are
know
like
that.
the harmony guys.
Yeah. But then he
They'll
do
be like Tim, cool. Hey Tim, you could come in. Lars, go out there. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a harmony dude.
Yeah.
You
guys compliment each other perfectly though.
Oh, thank you.
It's really you really do.
Yeah, I love singing with him.
Lars is like my Rusty.
Yeah, exactly. I love Rusty's voice too.
Yeah, Rusty's.
But it's like you two together, It's
it's
cool.
different when it's by himself. And then who produced on the Life Won't Wait? That's where you guys went to Jamaica. You went to England. Right. You went everywhere for that, right?
Yeah. Well, that
took a long time, right?
Brett Gurewitz sequenced that record.
Okay.
This is kind of. I mean, he was in rehab.
Yeah, we talked about that too. About earlier than that, but
he was in Impact, and I brought him a tape of 40 songs. And
wow.
he picked them. and organized. He picked the songs and put them in a sequence.
While he was in rehab, 40 songs.
In rehab, he
That's
sequenced
pretty-
Rancid.
Wow. That's
And
crazy, too. I didn't know that
he'd
either.
been recording us off and on, but in and out of. I don't want to talk out of school, but he was in and out. He'd gone to like a lot of rehabs.
Yeah, we talked about that on the thing the other day a little bit.
But yeah. So if he talks about
Yeah,
it,
because when he signed us, he just went to rehab for the first time in '97 when he just signed us. The album was about to come out.
yeah,
So that was like, I went to go see him. And he's like, I'm about to do this, and then, yeah,
Rancid's never made a record without him
yeah,
being involved
yeah.
heavily. Yeah, he picked the songs for Life Won't Wait.
That's
Sequenced them.
amazing, man.
He kind of, because it was kind of all over the place, you know.
Yeah,
And we
I
were
love
kind
those
of
songs,
we
though.
were like out to sea without a rudder because he was the captain of the ship. It was smoking
Yeah.
crack and doing heroin,
yeah.
you know. And it was like
And now he's been sober since '97, I
Yeah.
think, which is amazing.
yeah, he was
man.
so yeah, he's been sober. He got sober right after that. Yeah,
It's awesome, man.
I know.
How long you been sober for now?
22 years,
Fucking amazing, man.
day at a time.
It's amazing. I'm gonna get to that. Okay, so we're going forward to that.
Punk's not drugs.
Punk's not drugs. So what would you say, Tim, for you? I know it's like a generic question, but like, what was your first exposure to punk music? Was it through your brother? Was it? Did you find it yourself? Was it a band? Was it an album? Do you remember?
Brother, you know, I'm the youngest of.
Because my brothers did it for me for sure.
Yeah, we're both younger brothers.
Yeah. No, I have two older brothers.
I know, but you're
I'm the baby.
You're the baby. I'm the baby.
Okay, yeah.
So you're
Okay.
the baby. I'm the baby. Lars is the baby.
Okay.
There's something there. I don't know what that means.
We're all babies.
But no, we're all younger brothers.
Yeah. Okay.
And I got into it really young because my brother was 7 years older than me and loved punk.
Okay.
So when I was in like 7th grade, I'm listening to shit that no one's even listening to. I was like an island on my own.
Okay.
You know? Even Matt Freeman. I mean, I recruited Matt Freeman and I got him a bunch of records to listen to. You know, that whole thing.
Was it 8 tracks and just cassettes and shit back then, right? Obviously vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl, always vinyl.
Yeah.
8 tracks, but cassettes. Whoa, 8 tracks too. Yeah, we'd listen to like Ramones Leave Home on 8
Yeah,
track.
never mind the Bullocks was on it because my brother brought that home
Mm-hmm.
on an 8 track back then.
But my first musical thing was when I was 3 years old. Mrs. Jones' song "Rhythm." Berkeley Hills, like an old school lady, like a hippie lady,
Okay.
and would give like music classes. And my brother and I both went to it.
Wow.
And
3?
and we just from like age 3 to 5, and I just sing songs. I play
Wow.
percussion instruments, and it was my best thing ever. One of my first memories is my mom coming in like, "We gotta go now," and me crying like, "I don't want to leave."
Wow.
Mrs. Jones's house.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
And we just played. We had like a set list like, "Old MacDonald had a farm," or like, "Knick Knack Paddywhack, give a dog a bone," like
Yeah.
that shit. Like, but it was my best thing ever. So then I went from that to like playing trumpet, and then I
Holy
went to
shit.
age 12. I got guitar. Got guitar. And once I got the guitar, I was like, "Fuck it, this is it." But I've been playing music my whole life.
So you
I
could-
always want to play music. Like I never want to do anything else.
You're like a real musician, though. You can sing, guitar. You probably play bass. You play piano. You said trumpet. You play drums, too?
I mean, I'm not no Travis Barker.
No.
But I could get.
There's only
around
one
it.
Travis Barker.
Yes, sir.
But you can play drums. You can keep beat.
Yeah.
That's amazing,
I love
Tim.
it.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to do anything but play music my
Yeah.
whole life. That's it.
And
Like,
you did it. And you're doing
I've
it.
done it. I'm still doing it. And
So-
you know what I mean? Like if I retired from the music industry right now, I'd be like, cool. I'd play music all day. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all I want to do is play music.
Yeah. You're producing, too, though, which is great. I
Yeah,
mean,
which is also I'm also as a producer I play music. I sit in with the bands.
yeah. So we actually did our demos at your house for FTTW.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and the record's 20 years next year, which is crazy. We might release the demos maybe and let you know.
Yeah.
We did demos at your crib. I remember it was such a great experience. And then we recorded some of that record at Coyote Studios because we're like, oh, Rancid recorded Summer Life.
On Wait.
Yeah, there. So we're going to go Coyote Studios. So we did that in Dead of Winter with Brett. It was awesome. Freddie came to Guilty by Association. Like,
Yeah.
all that shit was just awesome. But that's all because of you guys. But, yeah, I remember doing the demos at your house and coming to California. But, all right, so your exposure was that for the punk music. And was it one particular album or just music in general? You love because you have such a diverse palette. You love country. You respect country. You have hip hop, big hip hop, ska, hardcore, punk, everything. You have such a diverse palette.
Mm-hmm.
Death metal. Were you like a metal fan though?
I like metal, but punk was like Ramones, like Rocket to Russia is still
That's your
like
shit.
the high watermark of all greatness. Ramones.
Yeah.
But then I love like I love like crust and
Yeah.
and grindcore, and I love country music.
Yeah.
I love all every genre has their great artists.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think that's what makes you like a well-rounded, like legit musician. You know what I mean? You could work with all types of people and appreciate all types of music. You know what I mean? I think that's
Yeah.
really
Thank you, man.
smart to have that.
Like when I'm always like, if I go into somewhere and I hear music, sometimes you ever talk to me and I space out, like I'm not
Yeah.
there. I'm hearing like a chord progression. And
I believe you,
I
man.
visualize the chords. I see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always people like, I can't help like that. Like that's always been the case for me. Like when I hear music, I literally tune everything out. You've done that, right?
I've done it before, yeah.
And people think I'm being rude. I don't hear them.
Do you have ideas is it hard? Your mind spinning at night when you go to bed? Do you think about ideas a lot? Write shit down?
For sure. I wake up with a song in my brain all the time.
Okay.
And I run to my guitar real quick. Like all the time, I dream songs.
Damn. Do you write shit down or just
I write them down. I do.
Yeah.
I write them down, and I got the iPhone. I could record them.
Now you can, yeah. But do you have crazy lyric books from your whole life, probably?
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. I mean, always write the ideas down.
I actually have lyrics. Tim wrote some lyrics. I have them tattooed on my Rancid tattoo because on the Warped Tour we got matching Rancid tattoos, which is fucking awesome. And I remember our bus broke down on that tour too, and we all became like hobos. And I ended up going on you guys' bus, and just fucking awesome memories. So yeah, I mean, so what was I gonna talk about next on here? Oh yeah, so about your diverse palette of music. I mean, you've produced and written with Pink, Jimmy Cliff, and like that's such a different from what Rancid, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
I think it's amazing, man.
Every genre has their Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, Jimmy Cliff.
Their Ramones. And music is. I mean, I just love all kinds of music.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell with your music too. Like you have other influences, obviously, like in Rancid's music too. It's obviously Rancid's gonna have its sound. Like I love Coldplay, but I'm not gonna have any songs that really sound like Coldplay. I'm inspired by other types of music, and I love. We both love hip hop. You know what I mean? But I can't rap. But
I love hip hop so much.
I know we talk about hip hop a lot, and people probably even love hip hop, and you like know the different genres and the different eras of it too.
And lyrics, and I love.
Do you have a top five?
Different.
We have a top five, dead or alive.
No, it's hard for me to do that.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
I tried doing groups like hip hop groups.
I have a hard time with the music too, doing that.
Yeah,
it's tough.
It really is tough because there's things you like about it's different things like each person, right?
I mean, I can tell you the Ramones are my favorite band of all time. That's about it.
That's your number one.
That's just, and then everything else is, I could say that.
Yeah. Well, for me, you and the Ramones are my top 5 American punk bands. So.
Oh, thank you.
So I mean, I feel like you guys were like after the Ramones was Rancid. Like, so all you have is your number one, which is Ramones. You have no number one hip hop. Like hip hop group?
No, it's hard to say because I love all You
like trap. You like
I love
South.
Everything from the Cash Money records to the Death Row records to all the great early East Coast stuff.
Yeah.
So I can't do that right now. I could talk about hip hop for like 2 days straight.
I know it's funny because when we talk about before, like I was trying to break down to Tim about the music my son's listening to, and you knew right off the jump like how slow the beats were and all that stuff, like just like the intricacy of like
for sure
the speed of the beats, and like I don't think about shit like that. I just think about it as like the beat, but there's like a style to it, the trap and the fucking. But so fast forward to now, Tim. Like I don't know, I've known you since '93. You've done so much amazing things in your life with music, and continue to do so. What is your how do you stay positive, and what is your inspiration, and what keeps you staying creative to keep the passion going?
My passion is music.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
That's all I think about. I dream about it. I mean, it's more exciting now than it's ever been.
Yeah, and you listen to new shit too. It's like you're not like this. I listen to my old shit, right? You listen to
for sure. Yeah,
because that's where you pull creation, inspiration
and new
from.
genres of music that I haven't gone into yet. Yeah, I'm always learning. I just love it so much, and it never grows old, and it's always exciting. I mean, you know me. I'm 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm recording music. I get going early.
Yeah,
I'm doing something fun that I enjoy, and I love artists and musicians. They're my, I get along. I don't really know any actors. All I know is music people.
Yeah.
I know 500 musicians,
And all different types too.
all different types. Because they're my. It's like I can meet any musician, and I bring up that old guitar right there. And
Yeah.
like there'll be a connection. It just is.
Yeah. I think
That's just a beautiful thing that I've been able to do over the years. And I don't take it for granted.
Yeah, I think that some people, when they look at people like you're the singer from Rancid, and you come from the punk scene, that like sometimes kids and people they think that you only listen to like this one type of genre. But I think people that know you and are a fan of you and your band, they know that you listen to all types of music. You know what I'm saying? They can tell by the style and the sound.
But with that said, the style of music Rancid plays, that is my favorite genre.
Yeah,
like, all the music I do love.
Yeah,
and I love it. But the punk rock.
Yeah,
that street punk and then ska punk rock. That's my favorite music to listen to out of all genres, and that's the music I play. Like you know what I mean? It's not like it's something I do. That's literally
I know.
Ramones. Like that is my favorite. Of all the genres.
Yeah.
And playing punk rock on stage is so freaking fun, as you know.
There's nothing like it.
There's nothing like playing punk rock.
Yeah, there's not.
It never gets old, ever.
Never gets old. But yeah, I know what you're saying, because obviously I love being on stage with H2O. I love playing music with them. But also, I when I'm off tour, I'm gonna listen to some Coldplay or some hip hop, because I'm hearing that straight for a couple weeks on tour.
Yeah.
But it's also, every time I put on an old record, though, it gives you reminisce and you think about the memories of where you were back then. You listen to old punk records, just all the memories of it. It's like,
I know.
And it's something that's so
And Rancid songs are over quick. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and it's like a lot going on. There's a lot of little bits going on. And Matt Freeman, live, he's serving something different every night. He's like a jazz dude inherently, like coming out. Like that's where I met him. He's a jazz guy. He was in a jazz band in high school.
He's an amazing bass player, man.
I recruited him into my crew.
Yeah.
I recruited Matt Freeman, and every night he's serving something different, man. You never know what you're gonna get, and it's exciting. Yeah, he's such a great player.
He can freestyle shit. Yeah,
he does. Yeah, he goes off and kind of does a different thing. Sometimes depending who's on stage watching him, like if Adam over there, I'll be like, "What's up with Freeman?" He's got some. What's happening? I look over, be like Fat Mike on the side of the stage, like watching. Like,
wow.
He's like, but that's exciting,
It is exciting.
We don't use in-ears, so it's like I'm hearing that fucking amp loud as fuck.
That's right. You guys don't use in-ears.
No, Lars is loud as fuck. So they're like a stereo, those two guys.
Yeah.
I'm right in the middle of the two things. I got my vocals up front with the wedges. I got Matt to the left of me. I got Lars to the right. Brandon behind me. It's like a stereo mix. It sounds incredible. It's loud as fuck, and it's exciting. There's no way that can't get boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are your ears good from not when you wear earplugs?
Mm-mm.
Me either, man.
My ears are cool.
No, me too. It's just.
I mean, we're not like that. We have like half stacks and shit.
Yeah.
But we're still loud though.
Yeah.
My hearing's cool.
Yeah, it's good though, because we've been on music for so long, so many years, that somebody would get that tendonitis. I think
Maybe it's genetic.
I'm
gonna have to put this part in it.
I mean, we touched about a lot of things. What if you had to name? Could you name your favorite Rancid record?
Out Come the Wolves.
Yeah.
The reason is because we had done like 3 records in literally 24 months. We made self-titled Let's Go and Out Come the Wolves, 60-something songs in 2 years. We were just on point.
That's
like
crazy.
We just ramped the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We were on the road. We were always together. We were making records on the road.
You were writing on tour too, right?
Yeah. Just always together. Always making. And then we took a little break, and I still love Hello Records, but it's just I think that was our like the pinnacle of my favorite record. I think.
Yeah, it's a flaw. I mean, I obviously have a tattoo. It's a flawless, perfect record. I'm on it to even know you guys back then too, and it's just cool like that how far that record's gone and what it means to people. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's pretty fucking amazing. Was there a certain time, Tim, that you felt like when you guys started you guys toured your ass off and then started becoming bigger and bigger? Was there a time where like, holy shit, like we might be able to do this for a long time? Like this could be our life. Anything like that, or was there any moments?
I never thought about that. All I thought about was this is all I want to do. My whole life is play music. I never thought about that.
Like holy shit, this is actually people actually like our band and
I mean, honestly,
they want another record and we're gonna make more.
It's like I just always play music, and I'll play music if there were no bands like I play music every day, Toby, no matter what. You know what I mean? And then I'm honored to be able to play with those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
They're so, I mean, they're so cool.
You were gonna play no matter what.
Yeah, they're so great, those guys. Yeah, I'll play no matter. I mean, listen, the first thing I did was I was 16, a band called Contemplations of Death, and we were like Exploited meets probably the Ramones.
Yeah,
more Exploited.
What were they called again?
We were called Contemplations of Death.
Sick.
And we had a song. We found the tapes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're dope. They're like. I mean, it's
COD.
COD. And we had a song called "Pac-Man Works for the CIA."
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man works for the CIA.
That's awesome.
Because we're like, what, 16, 15
years old. Demos of that shit?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
we found it because I did an East Bay documentary.
Okay.
I retrieved it. So I'm gonna.
Damn.
I'm thinking. Yeah. But the thing is, we were on a compilation, a cassette compilation of East Bay bands. Came out, I think, January '83. It was called "Get Off My Guts," and it's Dave Ed's first band from Neurosis, Basic Need. Jesse Op Ivy was in SAG. Tom from Soup was in Blasphemy. So, and I was in Contemplation of Death. So, like, it was kind of like a small little like Rosetta Stone for the East Bay, really. You know.
Damn, that's crazy.
And when that came out and Max Rock and Roll reviewed it, I was kind of like, "Yo, I made it." Max Rock and Roll.
Max Rock and Roll was the shit back then.
It was the shit.
It was the hardcore Bible, yeah.
And it reviewed my band. Or the comp I was
a good review?
Of the comp, yeah. It was like a comp, you know.
What named you guys on there, yeah?
We were on it, and but it was the comp we were on. It was Give My Guts. And they didn't particularly, like, shout us out, but
still.
They talked about the compilation I was on. And that was massive for me because we made that in my brother's bedroom. There ain't no parents there, no teachers, nobody telling us what to do. And and then Max Rock Roll had reach. It was like people in London could reach.
Yeah, they were big. That was the shit.
Right. So I'm like, yo, I'm 16 years old, and something I did in my brother's room.
That's fucking
can
awesome.
Reach all corners of the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was profound, and I don't need nobody. So that taught me early on.
That was before the internet too.
Before the internet, it taught me like we don't need anybody.
It's pretty cool.
All we need is just to make it, and it'll work out. And it's kind of, since that's like 35 years ago. It's kind of been.
Fuck.
That's kind of been the case.
It really has, man.
I make it, and it'll work out.
That's the definition of PMA, actually.
It is,
that's
right?
pretty fucking PMA, yeah, because you can, in your mind, you just have to make it happen. It happened.
Yeah, and that was so, like, when did I make it in the music industry? Kind of when I was, Get Off My Guts came out in '83, and Max Rock and Roll reviewed it.
People even know about that band, do they?
It was mentioned in the compilation in the documentary.
Okay,
I'll show it to you. I have a copy of Get Off My Guts in mint condition.
Wow, would that be released ever or no?
I don't know.
But I think kids would love to hear something like that.
We could talk about Contemplation of Death. Yeah, COD.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, Toby? Like, so that was like, so then it's kind of like anything's possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't need anything except.
You never felt like giving up in music. You never felt any of that stuff. You just kept going no matter what.
Yeah. Giving up.
Even before sobriety, through sobriety, you've been through so much shit, Tim.
The guitar right there. See that guy?
Yeah.
I've had that for 30-something years.
Damn.
My old Fender, and I took that on Operation Ivy tour. I was like, it's a miracle it's still with me.
That's a piece of history right here. I'm looking at.
And it's the original, whatever, like the Hellcat original.
But yeah.
And as long as I got that, man, I'm cool, man. Like, I don't need any, I don't need any fame or radio or just. I'm gonna be playing music to the very last day.
Yeah, you're playing music before and after that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like.
I just love playing music.
But just speaking as a fan, I was so happy when I saw you guys' videos. I heard you on the radio. I was so happy because you're my friends. You know what I mean? And like, I want all my friends to succeed. I'm happy when all my friends do good, and I was so happy for that. And because of what happened with Rancid and a lot of the bands in that time, it only paved the way and helped for bands like H2O to still get to play music too. You know what I mean? Like, so I appreciate that. And shit, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, we talked about a lot of shit. I'm super honored to call you my friend. I'm super proud of you, everything you've done. And it's still in my life, and what you did for my band, and your sobriety, and your positivity, and your creativity. You're an inspiration to me, and yeah, man.
And you too, man. Like, you've never done drugs. That's a drink.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Thank you, man. I'm just a spaz. I was just a hyperactive spaz. Whatever.
Yeah, but you're like the most free, like, positive person I know, man. and you don't ever did drugs or drank. Like that's people should take notice of that. You know what I mean?
Thank you,
There's
bro.
a lesson there to be learned for real.
Yeah, I guess you don't really need to have that stuff to be high in life, I guess, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Tim. I think this is a great way to end the podcast. I appreciate having you on here.
Yeah.
Who knows who's listening because I haven't released any of these yet. We'll see what happens.
What about club? What about clubs? You had your CBs. We had Gilman Street.
Dude, yeah, so, well, shit.
Gilman Street's still open.
It's like the last standing, I would say Discord and the Gilman Street are the last standing punk thing. And I said this to Brett the other day. So it's Epitaph Records, actual physical building. It's not just an online record label. Discord Records, and then Gilman Street, the three pretty much last standing places, you think?
It's a miracle.
It's amazing. But it's like, yeah, I mean, the Discord shit. And like he was talking about that. He said that him and Ian MacKay will be the only, to the day they die, they'll never sell the label to anybody. They'll just have their labels.
And I love Ian, by the way, also.
Best.
I love Brett Gurewitz, and I love Ian. But I'm California, so it's like, you know, at one point Ian he talked to me about moving out to, after Operation Ivy.
Yeah.
He was like, you should move out to D.C.
Wow.
And I was like,
I remember he told me that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, but like, you know, he says you're like a DC homie. You should move out. And I go, man, I love all you guys. 'Cause I love all the DC bands as I love the New York bands, and I collect all those records.
Yeah, Mind Threat. Fuck.
Oh, of course, all of them.
So much shit.
Scream,
Fugazi,
Void,
Teen Idols, Void.
Beefeater.
Yeah.
Egg Hunt.
Palehead.
Okay, so
Embrace. Oh, Embrace is the best.
Rites of Spring.
OG emo.
Mm-hmm.
That's the OG emo right there. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Original.
Summer of Love.
Could be the first real emo record.
It is, man.
Yeah.
I saw Embrace once, and they were throwing out flowers, and the singer for Beefeater was naked, and he stage dived. It was crazy at 930 Club.
Okay.
I like when you have coffee. Can we keep talking? It's nice.
Yeah. We're talking about Gilman Street.
Gilman Street, Epitaph, Discord.
Yeah, Brett and Ian are like, they're kind of similar too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They both
Super
were
smart,
great
too.
bands.
Great bands.
And they built labels off that great band.
DIY shit, yeah.
They're both uncompromising.
Uncompromising.
And both super, like, hella smarter than me.
The only thing
like
Brett
they're both
said,
hella smart.
the only thing Brett said, he doesn't care about making a T-shirt with a band logo on. That's the only difference he has is that. I don't have to put that in there. But he said he doesn't mind capitalism. If a band can make a buck off a shirt, I can make a buck. You know, everybody makes money off a T-shirt. But Ian was against making merchandise.
They have their own,
I respect that.
Their own aesthetics, their own approach. But they're both, like, very similar.
And they never give in. I'm sure they got offered to get bought so much money by so many fucking people back then, dude. Brett said so many people, like, just fucking vultures coming, trying to buy that label. And they wouldn't give it up. He said if he sold it, he couldn't sleep at night. And that also shows you what kind of person he is also, man. Yeah. Like, I couldn't go to bed enough if I made all that money. Like, he's so not industry. Like, him and Ian, they're so not typical industry people because they come from music and they care about it. Like, he's like, Bad Religion was going to put out, I don't know if he said maybe No Effects or something. Like, I like your band. Sign in my label. Like, I'm in Bad Religion. We're friends. Like, just the whole thing is really family vibe. You know, I think that's awesome. And that thing is what separates punk from a lot of everything. You know, like, it's just this connection that's not fake industry shit. It's just real, just dudes trying to, like you said, like, you don't really need anybody because, shit, if I can get in this Maximum Rock and Roll and even mention my band, I did that just by doing that in my brother's bedroom. Like, you don't need anybody to do it. If you believe in yourself and you can play music and you have a passion, that's all you need. Basically, that pretty much.
When we met Ian in 1988 at the Rhode Island show, I thought you were at that show.
Fuck. What year was it?
The Rocket, 1988.
I lived in New York then. I don't think I was there, though.
It was like April 88.
The Rocket. Yeah, I remember that.
Verbal Assault, Fugazi, and Operation Ivy.
I missed that. Are you serious? Dude,
Yeah.
I lived in New York then, too.
Yeah.
I had just moved from Rhode Island because I knew Verbal Assault before that. Damn, that's a sick
Ian,
show, dude.
We toured in Matt's 1969 Newport, so it was like 5 of us in a car with a box on the roof for equipment. My dad built a box to put the equipment, and Ian, we saw him across the street, and he sees us, and he starts walking across the street at us. We're like, oh shit, here he is.
That's crazy.
And I love Minor Threat, but I was out of town when they played. Like, I missed them.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that you were around for that.
Yeah, I loved them. But we were
damn.
So I missed it by a threat when they played. But
Fugazi was something else too.
But Fugazi, so Ian walks across the street, and he says, "You're Operation Ivy, right?" And we're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Man, you are some bold motherfuckers touring in a car." from the West
That
Coast.
sounds like somebody told me
Yeah.
say too.
You know what I mean? That's what the first thing he said to us.
Wow.
And yeah, we hit it off too with him. He's been my friend ever since.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Um,
Some bold
it was his
motherfuckers.
yeah, you guys are some bold motherfuckers.
But that's it. He's like, fuck.
And then I know, but that was his 26th birthday. I remember
Really?
being like, yo, that dude's 26. Crazy.
Yeah, it's
You know
crazy.
what I mean? Yeah.
But you know what's crazy about that is that, like, even just other bands, like, you're not much that older than me, and neither is Ian to you.
Yeah.
But back then, you
Yeah.
look at these dudes, like, these guys, like, these look up
Yeah.
to these dudes. It's not
Yeah.
different. It's weird.
Yeah.
Same with the pro skaters. Like, a lot of people are like, I saw in magazines and shit, like, but now I'm like, oh, shit, only a couple years older. But yeah, Ian Mackay, like, he's one of my, he's one of the greatest, man, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Examples of punk rock and everything. All right, well, Tim, well, thank you so much. We covered a lot of things.
Thank you for having me.
Fuck, man. Thank you for being you. Congrats on everything you've done in your life and continue to do, and continue inspiration.
And it's been an honor to be your friend, man, all these years.
Thank you, bro.
You're always
You're
there
my
for
big
me.
brother, man. Even though you're not much older than me, I realize now you're still my big brother. And fuck, if I hadn't met you guys when I was already with Sick of It All, who knows whatever happened moving forward with my band or anything. It just, all this shit happens for a reason, you know. And I'm honored to be there during that time and watch you guys' success and all that shit, and see you guys be the exact same people you were before and anything that's happened to you. And I love that. You guys are real cats. Forever one of my favorite bands. I have like 5 Rancid tattoos, but I'll get off your dick now. But I love you, Tim, and thanks for being on here. And
Love you too, brother.
yeah, man. Thanks for listening, everybody, for this podcast. That was Tim Armstrong, my brother from another mother. Signing off now. Bye. That was great.
Dope. That was great.
So happy, dude.
That's gonna be kind of like my MO, where after I do an interview, I wait and I realize, oh shit, I had more questions for them. So usually there's gonna be some extra stuff at the end of all my episodes. It's kind of like the theme or what I've been doing. I'm sorry, I'm just a spaz and I don't get all the questions I need to, and sometimes I just like OCD and bug out on the what I could have, should have asked them, and I get them back on the phone.
I got you back on the phone because one thing I listened to our podcast back, and it's amazing. But one dumb thing I said was, I said New York always had a stigmatism, and that's the wrong wording. I meant to say New York had a stigma about it, about like this whole different kind of vibe and feel and toughness to it, and
Right.
And so one of the stories that I forgot to talk to you about, and we talked about before on your your radio show a while ago, is the story of at City Gardens and the hairspray story and the blow dryer, and that's a famous story. And we told it before, but I want to tell it here because people have heard it before. But at that, so if everybody listening, Rancid and H2O just met at this show in Jersey. Pretty much was the first kind of time they played shows together, and I was a roadie for Sick of It All. And obviously, people on the West Coast have their vibe, and East Coast do too. And there was definitely this New York kind of tough thing that New York had around it for a very, very long time. And so I think and Tim had been supporting the Revelation records and loving all the different types of music and supporting the hardcore and loving that scene.
Yeah. And I've been writing letters to Lou and Pete, Sick of It All.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's fucking crazy.
We had like we were like a correspondence, old school, like like letters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like pen. Yeah, pen
and so there's a
pals.
mutual respect between between Rancid and Sick of It All.
Yeah. So
even before we played together,
So yeah, so then you finally get to meet kind of real life, because just like this, it was like sending letters kind of thing.
But Lars was debating to put his hair, like Lars, ritual. I put my mohawk up, but Lars, it was a ritual for him to spike his charge out his blonde hair, right?
Yeah.
And showtime's getting closer, and he hasn't charged his hair up, and we just met all you guys. So Lars was like, "Yo, do I charge my hair up with my blow dryer and hairspray in front of all these?"
Yeah, I was just like,
New York friends.
Yeah, we're like in the other room.
That was a dilemma.
And you know what's so crazy? I never even knew it meant charge. That's the first time I ever heard somebody say charge your hair up. I guess that was a term back then. It's like, to spike your hair, you charge it up.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So yeah, so a bunch of like tattooed, loud, but we were having fun in the other room. I don't know what the hell we were doing.
Yeah.
And you realize that, like, dude, these guys are down to earth dudes and not like whatever the stigma was about the New York hardcore or whatever. And then fuck it, I'm gonna put my hair up. And he put his hair up, right? Didn't he do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody's gonna clown nobody.
No, but
shit. Yeah, it's awesome.
No, I know, but it was an issue, something to think about.
Yeah. Without really knowing.
What happened was, okay, so here's what happened. So he puts his hair up so you guys couldn't see. And then like 6 months later, we were like, yo, Lars was like, I thought you guys would clown me. So I kind of hid and put
after
my
we
hair
became
up.
friends, that's right. Yeah.
And then you guys were like, and you guys were like, yeah, we would have clowned you for sure, bro. No doubt about it.
Oh my God, that's
so
fucking amazing.
Lars hid from you, dude. Lars hid from all you guys.
Damn.
And put his hair up. You know?
That's amazing, man. I don't give it. I mean,
he's just doing his thing, you know.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's how it was, and everyone respected each other. That's for sure.
And I like what you.
I mean,
go ahead.
the first time Operation Ivy toured was in '88, and we were told by everybody, don't play New York proper because it's too hard, and they won't. They wouldn't get Operation Ivy, which is crazy because Operation Ivy is probably most popular in New York or one of our most popular cities. So people got it wrong. They underestimated New York, man. I mean, back then they didn't realize that that you guys are doing your own thing. It didn't mean that you guys weren't open-minded to other people's trips. And that's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, so I wish Operation Ivy played New York City. We played New Jersey.
Wow.
We played Anthrax in Connecticut. We played all around New York, but we didn't play New York.
That is crazy. And, I never knew that, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. We were told by everybody, like don't even, don't go to New York. They won't get Operation Ivy. And I was sad because I was a huge fan of New York music, New York hardcore. I mean, New York hardcore, and of course going back to like the Ramones and all that.
Yeah.
So I was like, no way, we can't play New York. Fuck, how's that? And we didn't do it. But in retrospect, we should have.
Kids would have loved it. Yeah, it would have been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
What year was that
again? If I go back in a time machine, is there a time machine we can do this? I would go back and have Operation Ivy play in New York if we get to have a time machine. But you know what I mean? Yeah. I wish I could go back in a time machine.
You know what's crazy is that was before the internet too, so that was just straight like rumors through the scene. You know what I mean? That wasn't like nothing you read. It was just like, oh shit. There were like all these fucking, these myths and these like, wow, man.
Yeah.
And then one more thing I realized too, I did this looking at more stuff because we talked about so much, is that I didn't realize that Electric Lady Studios was where Combat Rock was done. Was that something kind of inspired you guys to do the record there?
Honestly, it was like the only we were under the gun to finish that record, right?
Yeah,
the Brett Gurewitz call, because what happened was we'd finished our time with Jerry Finn a month, and we hadn't done the vocals yet.
Okay.
And he'd already booked time to do Jawbreaker record.
Oh, wow.
So, and we had Andy Wallace mix dates booked, and we had a small window to finish the vocals. So we booked Electric Ladyland to finish the vocals.
Okay.
Literally the day before they're going to be mixed.
Wow.
Song by song. So Brett Gurewitz, Lars Frederiksen, and I were finishing Out Come the Wood vocals. Next day, there are 2 songs being mixed by Andy Wallace. So we're doing like 2 songs a day.
That's crazy.
It was exciting. But it was totally under the gun. And it was just more of a Combat Rock, but a lot of records done there too, though.
So many records. I looked into it. Yeah, dude. It's so much history.
But that was it, man. And we were just like, but that's part of the excitement of that record, where it's like we were just under the gun to finish it. And we were just, because what happened was we did Let's Go in 4 days. So Jerry Finn was like, fuck, 4 days. And this is his first record Jerry Finn ever produced.
Oh, wow.
He'd mixed the Green Day record, but he never, but I was like, loved the Green Day record mix so much. I was like, would you like to produce Rancid? Like, we were the first band for him that he ever produced, just off of his, and he's really bright, and I love the way the Green Day record sounded. Yeah. So he was like, fuck, man, they did Let's Go in 4 days, in 5 days out the door.
Fuck.
Shit.
These kids can bang it out.
A month would be plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was so meticulous with the rhythm section, which is one of Jerry's strengths, was the drums and the bass connected. He rode our rhythm section so hard. It was so detailed with them that it pushed everything back. And by the time we were out of time, and he'd already booked Jawbreaker at the same studio, Fantasy Studio in Berkeley, which is where Creedence did their records.
Yeah,
It's a great old studio.
Yeah.
And that we ran out of time. Literally
Damn,
hadn't done vocals yet and we had booked,
So Brett did the vocals. He produced the vocals of that pretty much. You told me that before.
Yeah, he produced Brett recorded and produced all the vocals, which I think he's my favorite vocal producer.
Yeah.
I mean, Bad Religion. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Brett knows how to produce.
Yeah, man.
And for me, it's super fun because I'll sing the song 3 times, and I go and then I'll go like have a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll pick one of my vocals and then comp in the if he needs to fix something, but he pretty much rides one of my vocals, and then and that's it for me. That's super fun, and I don't have to think about it. So and then he's great with harmony. He's singing harmony on most of those he's like him and Lars do a lot of the harmony.
Yeah, it's amazing
on all our records.
I love Brett Gowitz, man.
He has them too, and he's my favorite producer to work with, and he does all our records, and I feel honored that
it works.
He's part of that crew, and it's making Rancid Records is like family reunion. We get together and get to do that. We get to do that thing we do together. It's special. And
it works. It gels. You guys work great together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we all listen to them. Because Matt Freeman's a strong personality.
Yep.
Right, and so is Lars, and then I got opinions. So, but we all listen to Brett. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a mutual respect there for respect. You know what I mean? His opinions and everything. It's awesome. And then the final thing, I know we talked about it briefly too, is that I don't even know if you remember this because was this a day, but I was just wondering, did anybody ever, how I ended up in the Time Bomb video, I'm wondering, did anybody ever show up dressed up with a black coat and the white shoes and the black hat? Did anybody ever show up that day? No, I'm serious. Was there somebody hired to be that person? And then when I came, I was your boy, so I was just wondering, would that guy ever come? I don't know how that changed. It was crazy.
No, you just were the guy. You were like the guy. You were like, you embodied the spirit of punk.
Yeah,
Come on, right?
No, thank you.
Hardcore.
No, I was wondering if that guy even came there. I was wondering if a guy showed up like that because I had none of that shit on, but it just worked. It just worked with my Dickies, and it's just awesome.
Nah, but it was this. Well, we started shooting you, and then it was just like, yo, he's
working.
He's the guy.
Yeah. Well, I think that's.
But it's fun to see all my friends in that video.
Yeah,
I love
dude.
that video.
Love that video so much, man. It's such an honor. I think we talked about everything. I think I'm gonna do a part 2 with you one day where we just talk about music, strictly music, hip hop, punk rock, everything, all the different stuff.
Remember,
we both love.
with our radio show, you were kind of you've been on more than anybody. You were on 4 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'd love to be the Toby Morris of your show.
Thank you. I'd love that too, man. I think it'd be great. We got to do one me, you, Jim, and Reno. We do a Ramones one. Would be awesome.
Yeah.
That we should do that. I think that's the move.
That'll have to be 5 parts, I think.
But and then one just on hip hop with you, because I know people know you love everything, but you're really the hip hop. You know all your hip hop, and I think it'd be really interesting.
Hip-hop.
Yeah, to hear you talk about that, a different genre and stuff.
Yeah. I love all eras of hip hop. You know what I mean?
I know, man. And you
different
the new
regional areas.
Yeah.
Labels. Yeah, I love it so much. I could talk about I love hip hop. I love music, Toby. You know what I mean?
I know, man.
Whatever.
It's your life, dude. It's fucking amazing.
It's my life.
All right, well, I appreciate
you too, man.
I appreciate Tim. I think we have a great episode. I'm excited. Then we'll definitely do a part 2, and I just want to get these last questions in.
Cool.
And I appreciate your support with everything I've done. Appreciate you being my friend and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, man. No, I love you, man. And you're my family for life, for real, Toby. You know what I mean?
100%. I'm my big brother, man.
100%, brother.
All right, bro.
I know, man. And, let's go to Magpies.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Magpies. I'm excited for this podcast to get out, man. Thanks for being part of it, too, and believing in me. I'll see what happens when it's get out there, and,
for sure.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
Well, hit me up if you need anything else.
I will,
I'm down to do another quick phone call if you need me. You know what I mean?
I really appreciate it, Tim.
All right, brother.
All right, bye.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Hey, guys. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet to this podcast, please do that. And whatever platform you are listening to this on, I'm glad you found me. You can rate me and review me on there also. So thank you guys sincerely for the support. I cannot wait for you guys to the next one.